if only for a moment, only for a while. I regret letting you go, and you were mine. I thought I'd be fine, but now my heart don't feel right, and this pain doesn't go away. If I could turn back time, I would've never let you down, 'cause now I wait for you to say.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you're here with me. I'm actually starting off today's video by putting a planter stand together. I ordered this from Amazon. My kids have done a really good job keeping their plants alive that they planted with their grandmother, my mom, back in November. And so I told them I would get this planter stand so they could display them. And I wasn't even sure where I was going to put it when I ordered it, but I'll show you in a second where it goes, which I'm sure you kind of saw in the beginning too. And I love the way that it looks. It's very simple. It was super easy to put together, and my kids love it. After putting together what feels like lots and lots of IKEA furniture over the years, anything other than IKEA furniture seems like a piece of cake. So when I just see a few screws and this little tool, I'm always so happy and relieved, because typically I can put stuff together by myself unless it's like super heavy and requires two people. Like we got a new table for our back porch and we're planning on doing a little revamping back there pretty soon. I really hope that the snakes have worked well in keeping the bird poop away, but I'm not totally sure that they're going to stay away. In fact, I just saw a nest on our front porch, and of course I'm not going to disrupt it. I would never want any animal to be hurt or a mama bird not to have a place to lay her eggs, but I just really wish that the birds would find a new home, but I guess that's what we get for living in the woods. Anyways, all that to say, we do have a new picnic type table, but it's like really heavy duty that we're going to be putting together soon, and it's definitely going to require two people. I think the table weighs 400 pounds or something like that, so it's not something I'm going to be doing on my own. Mark will help me, and I'm going to film it too and show you guys. I can't wait.
Special about you.
The kids are doing a few camps this summer, including soccer camp, and then Max is also doing wrestling camp. That's what he wanted to do. It's only 3 days, but he's so excited about it. So he was bringing his shoes over to me that we ordered from Amazon too, to see if I thought that they fit him. I'm pretty sure they do, but it's always kind of hard to tell on the edges. But he was running around and getting a feel for them. So this is where I ended up putting the planter. I don't know if it's going to stay long term because I ended up ordering kind of a funky Entryway planter. I saw something on Instagram that I love, so I just kind of searched for something similar because it wasn't linked and I couldn't find where she got it. But I found some on Wayfair, and I can't wait to show them to you guys because I have struggled so much with my Entryway. I've never really decorated the table. You can kind of see right there. It's just sat there, and I feel like sometimes you just decorate to decorate and it doesn't really mean anything. So I'd much rather have plants And so that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully those arrive soon too. They were on sale during like the Prime days. Wayfair was having a pretty good sale too, so that was nice. And it wouldn't be one of my videos without some extreme laundry motivation. So I'm upstairs in the kids' laundry room just trying so hard to keep laundry going. I'm still catching up from our trip up north to see family, and I had, I think, 3 garbage bags of dirty clothes when I got home. So it's always an adventure keeping up with laundry for 4 kids.
I know the way that you think about me, but I don't wanna know the truth. I hear the things that they say about me, but I don't wanna know the truth. Don't you ever wanna run away? Don't you ever wanna walk away? Don't you ever wanna leave this place? 'Cause I need you when the day's gone. And I would change for you. I would break these walls too. And I would change just for you. And I would change for you. And I would break these walls too. I would change just for you.
As I was standing here folding all the laundry, I started to think about maybe coming up with a laundry routine that might work better for me a little bit. And you guys know that I want to do some work in these laundry rooms and just make them a little bit more functional, but also a little bit cuter because they're very plain and are not decorated, which is fine. Laundry rooms don't have to be decorated, but it also is fun since it's a place that I spend a lot of time in. So I was thinking about a few friends of mine who have discussed their laundry routines, especially friends of mine who have 4 kids or more, because that is what's most similar to my life. And I really love the idea of each kid having a laundry bin in the laundry room, one for clean and one for dirty. I would love to just do a trial run maybe before we do some construction in here and it's permanent. I think if we did 1 dirty laundry bin for each kid and 1 clean, then the kids could put their dirty laundry where it's supposed to go, and then when their clean hamper is full, take it to their room and put it all away. All 4 kids help me putting laundry away, although you guys know that I love to do it myself. It's like one of my most favorite things to do. It's one of my happiest chores. I just love doing laundry. But it also takes a ton of time to do, especially the way that I do it, because I like things to look neat and organized, and I take a little bit of extra time to make sure it's folded the way that I want it to be. So I don't know, maybe we'll try a practice run soon, see how it goes. I can't imagine that it could take any longer than what I do right now, so I'll keep you guys updated.
And I know we're hanging on to something. Can't get you out of my mind. I think right now you are sick of talking. Can't get you out of my mind. And I know we're hanging on to something. I can't get you out of my mind. I can't get you out of my mind.
I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of rearranging too, because in the summertime there is really no need for pants or sweatpants or anything like that in Georgia. It is so hot here right now. So especially for Max, who is a very hot-natured child, I moved all of his pants to the bottom drawer because we don't go in here that much except for his swimsuits. And then the top drawer is pretty much just his shorts and his underwear. And same for Bo, except for a few more of his pants did fit in the top drawer.
Hey, I'm here for you. Are you reading every message I send to you? Love is overdue, but you know that I could never give up on you.
This summer is my goal to make it through every single room in my house and give it a really good deep clean. I did that in our bedroom, I did it in Kate's room and the boys' room, but there are areas of our house that I have not. So I've given Ava's room a pretty deep clean, except for I haven't cleaned her carpets yet. And the upstairs landing area I had not cleaned, or the stairs. So there are just a few more places I wanted to deep clean. So I'm using my Hoover Smartwash, and I actually have the Pet Complete one, which I know is a little bit weird because I don't have pets, but I've mentioned this before. I have 4 kids, and I can guarantee they put out the same types of smells and stains as pets do. I'm only half kidding, but this thing works so well. It actually makes me excited to clean my floors. And what I do is I go over them twice with the shampooing. So when you go forward, it cleans the carpet, and when you pull back, it dries them. So I typically go over each area twice like that. And then there's a button on it where you can dry only. So I press that, and then I go back over that same area once or sometimes 2 more times. And this is just to get like a super, super thorough clean. If I'm doing a quick clean of a rug or something, I just go over everything once and then it dries. But when I'm doing an area that I know I probably won't get back to for maybe a few months, I want to get it super thoroughly clean.
Love is overdue, but you know that I could never give up on you. Nobody else can take your place. I'll never want somebody else.
I will leave the one that I'm using right here linked in my description box, but there are a couple other kinds that you can choose from that I know are a little bit more affordable. I think this is one of the most expensive ones, but even so, it goes on sale. I think right now it might even have a $50 coupon. But there are ones that I think are $100 less with still amazing reviews. So if you happen to be looking for a carpet cleaner, I think that this is hands down the best one that I have ever used. I'm so thoroughly impressed with it, with how easy it is to use, how easy it is to clean, which is kind of a silly thing that you have to clean your cleaners, but you do. And it's not hard at all. It comes apart so easily, just the bottom part of it. I've cleaned it so many times, I've used it so many times, and I can't recommend it enough. It is so, so great.
I won't close my door, no matter what you say, it's bringing you down. Your clothes are still on my floor.
I took lots of breaks in my cleaning, so it ended up getting pretty late at night, and I didn't want to wake my kids up or chance waking them up by doing the stairs because my kids' rooms are right here. So I'm going to come back to the stairs tomorrow and I'll show y'all how that tool works, but look at how filthy this water is. And I just wanted to show y'all too the button. This is the dry only button that you press if you just want to dry. And then while you're pushing the cleaner, when you go forward, this wash lights up. And when you pull it backwards, the dry lights up. So you know exactly what it's doing and when it's doing it. And then this is just absolutely disgusting. I'm going to take it downstairs to the toilet and empty it out, which is so satisfying and so gross, but it just makes you feel like you are flushing a bunch of the filthiness in your home out, and it feels really good.
Whatever I might have done, don't wanna run. My love is just so much more. Hey, I hope you have my heart with you somehow. I keep your picture close to my bed now, and waiting for the screen to light up, to light up, to light up.
I had a little bit of behind the scenes work to do with YouTube and some other stuff. Even though it was late, I knew I needed to get some stuff done, so I pushed myself to do a little bit more laundry, to fold these towels, and to do another load start to finish. It always makes me feel really good to feel like I'm on the last load, which we all know there's no such thing. But for me, it really was the last load until my kids woke up the next morning, so it made me happy. I'm curious to know too, since I talked about possibly changing up the way I do laundry, I would love to know how y'all do laundry. Do you sort your family by person? Do you throw everyone's in together? Do you sort by color? Do you not sort at all? I'm just curious to know how different we all are.
Take off your halo, you're beautiful. I don't care if it tears me apart. things you shouldn't be saying. I don't want you to act like you still have that halo. Halo, got the halo. Like you still have that halo.
I always get so confused when I'm watching any type of cleaning video and I see people just dump an entire laundry bin into the washing machine. I'm like, did they leave out the part where they checked all the pockets? Do they not have to check all the pockets? I guess my kids are not to the age where they can be trusted. I mean, most of the time I have to pull a bunch of stuff out of Mark's pockets too. But I mean, the boys have any and everything you can possibly imagine. There's sticks, there's gum wrappers, probably a couple insects, possibly a frog. You literally never know what's going to be in their pockets, but I always have to check them. So it's definitely a process, and I'm so curious to know what goes on behind the scenes of people that just dump an entire basket in.
I don't want you to act like you still have that halo. Halo, got the halo. Like you still have that halo. Halo, you should let it go.
Aren't these tie-dye towels so much fun? I got these in Florida when I was with Lynn a few weeks ago. We were at Home Goods or maybe it was TJ Maxx or both. And I found them and just had to have them. Really, I got them for the girls, but I kind of got them for me too. And these little pegboard organizers that I got from IKEA weeks back have been sitting in my girls' closets, and I bought them with the idea in mind that they could use them to organize all of their doll stuff. They're very into the dolls, basically like American Girl dolls, but the Target brand, much cheaper, and my girls are just as happy with them. So if you guys watched my video from a few months ago where I organized my Cricut closet, this is what I used, and I have just loved them so much. They come in handy, they are so easy to hang, and they're incredibly affordable too. So I figured this would be good. Originally I was going to put them in their closet, but then I thought it would be just as good out in their bedroom, a little bit more accessible, and they have a larger area to play. So the girls were so excited I was doing this, and I'll show y'all in just a second them organizing everything, and then at the very end I'll show y'all what they've done with them so far.
Pick up the phone, I really need to talk with you. 'Cause if you're not home, I wonder where you slept last night. Are you seeing someone new behind my back? 'Cause another dude's for a little romance.
One thing I will say when you're hanging these, it is much better to use a drill. I did that when I use these in my office. I was just being lazy and I did not feel like going down to the garage to get a drill, so my hand almost burned out from all of the screws that I had to turn, and I just put one of them in the wrong hole, so I had to move that. It's mostly because I wasn't really paying attention. This seriously is one of the easiest things to hang, but I kind of prefer to line it up where they're not in the studs and just use the wall anchors, because like I said, I didn't bring the drill up, so I didn't even have a bit to put through to the studs. So this worked just fine, and they both ended up being really level. Right now I'm doing Kate's, and she's kind of getting her things situated, and then I'm going to move over to do Ava's too, and I was pretty proud of myself. I mean, I am pretty strategic in how I hang things, but I was very proud of myself that both Kate's and Ava's were straight.
Pack all your things and bury our label. Yeah. 'Cause baby, I won't take you back. Yeah, you know my heart don't work like that.
In IKEA, it comes with all these different attachments that you can put on these boards, and I just grabbed a few. I wish I would have gotten more, but IKEA is not too far away. It's about 30 minutes, so I'm sure we'll make the drive back up there sometime soon to get more things for them to hang on there. But the girls were so happy to get their stuff organized. They're just like me when it comes to that. They want things to have a place. Now, they're not the neatest and tidiest children, which that's how I am too. I'm not the neatest and tidiest, but when it comes down to it, and when it's really time for me to organize, I can kick it into high gear and get things done. But in my spare time and on my off days, my house is an absolute wreck.
hesitant.
Okay, now to tackle the stairs. This is why I love this machine so much, because it has this tool with it. And technically, yes, it is to clean up after pets, but like I said, pretty much the same thing over here. And I love using this on my stairs. I typically use this for spots that I need to get out, or if there's a very specific clean. But for the stairs in general, the machine's too big to run across each stair, so this works out perfectly. I could just tell it was picking up so much as it was going. I was looking up at the water and seeing how dirty it was getting. My little buddy Bo decided to join me. He always pops in with the most random questions or comes to tell me something, and I actually really love it because he used to be so attached to me when he was a baby, and then now that he's a little bit older, he is so much more independent and plays on his own. So anytime he wants to come hang out with me, I'm all for it. I'm going through a stage right now where I feel very obsessed with him, you know, as a parent, how you just have conniptions over your kids. He is one that I have conniptions over all the time. Like, I just want to smush him with love. Anyways, okay, so this attachment right here sprays out the water and the solution, and then it also sucks it all back up. And like I mentioned, it's perfect for stairs or furniture or just like spot treatments, or even in your car. It would be great for that too. So I could tell as I was doing this how strong the suction was, and that's just always so important when you're trying to pull dirt out of carpet, and not just any dirt, but like dirt and stains that have been there for years. And if you have an especially difficult stain, the handle that you use to push the carpet cleaner comes off, and the end of it is like a little sprayer, and it can spray the pre-treatment. If you have a really bad stain, you spray it on there, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes or even longer than that, and then you go over it with the cleaner and it comes right up. I noticed, especially when I used this in my bedroom, how it got the stains right up, and I know the key was spraying that pre-treatment on there and letting it sit.
We were undiscovered, didn't care for one another, you and I.
The fact that all I did was the stairs and this is the water that it made just completely blows my mind, but that is what makes this and my Hoover cordless vacuum two of my all-time favorite cleaners. Okay, I know I mentioned in one of my last videos how my van got trashed on the drive up to Indiana and back, which is to be expected because we did have 6 young children, but I don't know if you guys can even really see how bad it is everywhere, even in the back. The seats are gross. I pretty much just tried to let them drink water only, but even that got in the seats. So I did hire somebody. I have never in my life had somebody come out and professionally clean my car or van. Today is a first. I'm so excited, but I wanted to show y'all the before, and then hopefully once he's done, I can get out here and show y'all the after too. I cannot wait to see it. I'm so excited. Even just like these little gross stains and stuff. It's pretty much water, hopefully. But the front isn't too bad, but we've had soccer camp this week and there's lots of grass and dirt from the soccer balls. And then just in general, the seats are so stained and they didn't used to be like this. So I hope that he can get them up. While he was working outside in the driveway, I wanted to get some stuff done inside, including responding to a bunch of emails, getting some editing done, and cleaning up the dining room. One of my best friends and I threw one of our best friends a baby shower this past weekend, and we did a lot of decor and stuff. We kind of just pulled it from our homes. We tried to buy as little as possible just because we do have so much we can use. So I ended up just pulling random things off my shelves and from upstairs and taking them all over there. So then it was just out in my house for a few days, and I wanted to get it cleaned up and taken back upstairs to my office. And then these windows have never been in need of cleaning more. Max dropped a cup of applesauce and it kind of bounced off the floor and just exploded everywhere. So every window had a little bit of applesauce on it. The walls had some applesauce. I did get him to wipe the walls. It was pretty caked on, so it took a second, but it was definitely worth it.
Be the one that truly get me, and I might be the one you really want, and I feel it too, but you don't know what I've been going through. This is when you tell me that you're different. This is when you try to make me fall. Convince me it's true, and that is why you want me like you do.
You can kind of peek out to the back porch through this window and see that it's a little bit of a mess. We have all of our hoses out there because we've had them attached to the sprinklers, and we've had those running out to the trampoline, and the kids have been jumping on the trampoline and having the sprinklers go everywhere, and they love it. But it does make a pretty big mess, and there are so many different things out there that need to be organized and cleaned. Probably need to at least lightly pressure wash the back porch again, so I might do that here soon, and set up the table like I mentioned, which I'm really excited about that. And I think once I set up the table and see what other space I'm working with, then I'll see if I want maybe a little sectional out there or a couple chairs just to sit and lounge in. I don't think I'm going to have space for just like a full living room situation out there, but we'll just see once I get it all put together. And I actually chose to sweep the dining room because I like to do this sometimes because the rug is pretty easy to sweep, and not only can I sweep it off and get all the crumbs off, but I can also sweep the baseboards too, so it's super helpful.
I just have to make sure that you know. Would you be there for me if I'm flying straight into the sun? Blinded by the light I'm chasing, that has happened before. And maybe you don't know for sure, but you can start a fire without a spark. Forget what I told you, forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame, you remember the flame, alright. Forget what.
Okay, he is done with the van now, and I have to say I like it, but I don't love it. I wasn't blown away or anything. I am so relieved and happy to have the crumbs gone. But as far as, well, there's still some crumbs, but my kids have been in here too. As far as the stains, a few of the stains are definitely still here. I feel like I could come in with my Hoover and get them up. But he was out here for about an hour and a half or 2 hours, I want to say, and he charged $95. So I didn't think that was too bad because he cleaned the outside too. And then up front, the mats, sorry, the lighting today is just so crazy, but here's the mats up here. They look great. And in general, like the seats look better. I'll show y'all in the back too, but I mean, it does look really good. It's just not the best thing I've ever seen, you know? But I mean, y'all remember how this seat looked before, and now it looks so much better. There's a few little places, but we did buy this van used and it came with some random stains. So who knows? This is just kind of like our van to get through the childhood of my kids and their friends, and we'll probably get an SUV soon for our main car, but we just always want to have this. So anyways, I'm happy it's done, and now it's just going to be like maintenance and upkeep instead of one big clean. Side note though, the outside looks amazing. Like, this is by far the best it's ever looked on the outside, so I am so happy about that.
Forget all about that tonight.
And the last thing I wanted to do was get this garage fridge stocked up and a little bit reorganized, because I had a lot of drinks left over from the shower that we threw, and I wanted to kind of rotate them. I can't get the restaurant mentality out of my head. FIFO, like first in, first out. And even though Dr. Peppers last forever and they don't last long in our house, but like their shelf life is forever, I still feel like I need to rotate them. Once a restaurant employee, always a restaurant employee. I did not rotate my waters, so there's that, but I did do the Dr. Pepper.
Forget what I told you. Forget all about that tonight. Just remember the flame. You remember the flame. We run away to get us up when we're low. Just chase the waves. We'll make it up as we go. If you're heavy, I'll show you where to go. Won't you set free? Behind the town for low, we run away to get us up.
I just love the look of a freshly organized refrigerator. I'm also going to be deep cleaning my inside fridge soon and getting it all stocked up too, because life is more than just soft drinks, and I realize that. Just because we have all these out here doesn't mean I'm drinking 6 or 7 a day. Typically it's 1 a day, so nobody go freaking out on me in the comments. But it definitely feels good to have all of this organized. This is exactly what I envisioned when Mark and I got this garage fridge, and it just makes me happy. I also wanted to show y'all too these little doll accessory organizers in the girls' room, and they made sure for me to tell y'all that they are not done yet. This is a work in progress, and this is just what they got done in that first little hour. I think it looks so cute though. I'm excited about it for them, and I appreciate you guys for being here and for watching. If you have any link questions, they are probably answered in my description box. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!
Turn what we say to memories. Don't be afraid. Just break the chains of your fear.